let's start again. So we know at least that the first one is shit.
Okay, so I'll
Take
start
two.
again.
God fucking damn it, Jacob.
Okay.
It's always one.
A similar concept to the old card game Apples to Apples, although not influenced by it in any way. Cards Against Humanity is a slightly more mature version where players must fill in the blank using a range of politically incorrect statements and cultural references. Targeted for people 17 plus due to its explicit content, the tagline on the box states that Cards Against Humanity is a party game for horrible people, and you'll soon begin to feel like one when you play cards such as Auschwitz, Not Giving a Shit About the Third World, and Dead Babies.
It was developed by 8 core creators alongside several part-time contributors and was held along with plenty of friends who play-tested the game. To release the game to the public, the team of creators went through the crowdfunding website Kickstarter back in 2010 and were able to reach their goal of $4,000 within a fortnight. In fact, over the course of the Kickstarter, they managed to raise $15,000, which allowed them to add an extra 50 cards to the deck. When it was released in May of 2011, it became an instant hit and managed to become the #1 game on Amazon.com. Since then, Cards Against Humanity has grown with a whole series of expansion decks that allows for more variations during gameplay. There is a science, fantasy, 90s nostalgia, and World Wide Web pack, just to name a few.
Originally, the game was only available through online retailers like Amazon, but now you can find Cards Against Humanity at most stores that sell board games, including Game Traders and The Gamesman. If you're not willing to drop the cash on high-quality cards polished off with rounded corners and protective aqueous coating, players can download a free PDF with all the cards, although you'll have to cut them all by yourself.
It's easy to see the card game's inception into popular culture with the large amount of editions that have been created since the original's release. So far, the base set has been created for Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, alongside the initial American version. They swapped out certain cards for the new edition so that the jokes were more relatable for different audiences. For example, the Australian edition includes cards like John Howard's eyebrows, 5-litre goon bag, vomiting into a kangaroo's pouch, and didgeridildo. You don't have to play many rounds to understand how some people can get offended.
Cards Against Humanity is actually a great example of prosumption, where the players are not only consumers but producers in their own right. The World Wide Web expansion pack was written in a Reddit AMA, that's Ask Me Anything for you noobs out there, with the help of internet strangers, ending with cards like Game of Thrones spoilers, my browser history, and a complete inability to understand anyone else's perspective. Things that any user of the internet could relate to. Since Cards Against Humanity is available under a Creative Commons license, the audience can take a step further and create their own deck online through their official website, another example of producers. This is similar to the blank cards that appear in some of the Cards Against Humanity expansion packs, which you can fill in to include your own personal jokes between friends. However, the license they use means that even though you can use, remix, and share the game for free, you cannot sell it without their permission. There are already spin-off card games in existence, including the equally offensive Crabs Adjust Humidity and a political satire, Humanity Hates Trump. Both are compatible with Cards Against Humanity, but neither are officially affiliated with the original.
Although such a horrible game could only be made by equally horrible people, the developers have actually helped quite a few charities through donations. Depending on what edition you buy, the profits from all the holiday packs either go to the Wikimedia, Donors Choose, or Sunlight Foundations. Everyone who buys a science pack is funding the Science Ambassador Scholarship, which was won this year by Sona Dehania, a freshman from the University of Pennsylvania. So it seems that the dark subtleties of Cards Against Humanity still provides a little bit of goodness to the world, as long as people remain horrible and keep buying the game.
The actual game itself is quite simplistic, with each player starting off with 10 white cards, while the last person who pooped becomes the card czar, or the person who reads out the black card fill in the blank card. The players must each submit a white card to the pile while the card czar shuffles and reads out loud. Then they must pick the funniest answer, and the player who submitted that card receives 1 awesome point. To add a little To add a little variety, you can create your own house rules or follow the ideas mentioned in the rulebook, including Never Have I Ever, where the player can exchange the card if they don't understand it, but they must suffer the shame of admitting their ignorance.
When you get right down to it, blank is just blank. Card you want read first on the bottom.
Card first on the bottom.
Yes.
Okay.
Blank is.
Just blank.
So when you get right down to it,
Blank is just blank.
This is good. There you go. I
I
hope
hope
this
I
is
put it in the
good.
right order. Yeah, I think I did.
okay.
Who's phone?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't even know where my phone is anymore.
Ooh, I like this card.
I'm gonna get one.
So when you get right down to it, powerful thighs is just a pile of squirming bodies.
Oh,
No. Out.
well.
I didn't have anything better, okay?
When you get right down to it, Skippy the cat with the bush kangaroo is just not contributing to society in a meaningful way.
That is so true.
You gotta beat that now.
He's a national icon, okay?
When you get right down to it, dirty nappies is just new age. No. When you get right down to it, a spontaneous conga line is just running naked through a wall, pissing and shitting everywhere. Yeah, but Skippy the bush kangaroo.
Yeah.
Oh, come
That's
on!
me!
That won't work.
That one, last one was a very... I wonder who Jess is gonna pick.
This will be interesting.
I'll try very hard not to. What did Vin Diesel eat for dinner?
I'll do that. Okay, I've got a really good calf next round if it's good for it.
Oh, I hope there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
2-1 coming up.
Oh my
Those two
God.
make a perfect combo.
It's like 11:30. How are you tired?
I'm yawning. It means I'm content. Nah.
I'm tired.
What did Vin Diesel eat for dinner? A sassy black woman. What did Vin Diesel eat for dinner? Samuel L. Jackson.
Kinky.
What did Vin Diesel eat for dinner? Magnets. Magnets.
He was something he would do.
What did Vin Diesel eat for dinner? Liberals. I'm gonna go with sassy black woman.
Yes!
Okay, thank God! Alright, the curse has been broken. The curse has been broken.
Yeah, the 7-round curse is finally over.
What broke up the original Wiggles?
Yes, yes!
Aww. This is so sad. Oh.
Play a good card, get an even better card.
To be honest, Dorothy was my favourite character.
I like the dog. I can't. Bones?
Yeah.
Was it Bones?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember something.
Oh.
And the purple Wiggle was my favourite.
Jeff.
Yeah.
And I really remember this was Wake Up Jeff. Every other one, I'm just like, no idea.
Yeah, no idea. So what broke up the original Wiggles? A fetus. What broke up the original Wiggles? The land of chocolate. What broke up the original Wiggles? Crystal meth.
Oh!
What broke up the original Wiggles? Warm, velvety Muppet sex.
Wow.
Who
Someone
the
had a
Muppets?
fetish. Yeah, I had a
What was yours?
Crystal meth!
Oh,
What the fuck?
it's just there was something
There's
about
just
that
something
card.
about warm, velvety Muppet sex. Like,
Yes.
you just couldn't resist.
Why are they fucking the die?